3, 2, 1.
And welcome back to the Thursdays Are the Best Days podcast, episode two, not 9, 2.
Yeah.
It's a palindrome. We back at the palindromes. 292. 292. 2 plus 2 is 4, which is half of 9 minus 1. So we get there. Hi Bruno.
Hi, Nick.
How's it going?
Good.
So
it is actively going.
it is actively go. Update.
Yeah.
I already told you this, but the tire saga didn't go as well as I expected, but ended up better than I expected.
I mean, it happened, so that's fine.
I just want to say that if I apparently, so I was watching videos, and apparently like tires show up like shipped weird a lot. Apparently it's a thing that they just get fucked up in shipping. You know what the one fucking YouTube video told me to do?
Set it in the sun.
Probably if I found that one, yeah. That seems like something that one would say in
Okay.
like the middle of summer.
All
Yeah,
right, what?
but
What do they want?
dude was like, "Oh man, you got that your shoe rack in your dryer." I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Shoe rack in the dryer?"
What?
Yeah, dude was like, "Oh man, just put it in the dryer for a cycle. That thing will warm up nicely and reshape back in the."
What the fuck?
So I'm like, "I'm not doing that." I'm like, "Maybe I'll try my heat gun and like just try to like
Yeah.
unflex the bent area." That didn't fucking work. But I replaced my snowblower tire. You know what? Thing doesn't even start now. Um, uh, yeah. Unrelated. It snowed on Thursday or Tuesday. Sorry, Tuesday. Um, uh, I came home early for work because it was
Fuck
like
me.
still snowing. It was gonna get cold. Things were wet, and I'm like, it's gonna get icy. So I just came home to work for the rest of the day. But I I rounded the corner and I see Madeline like in the middle of the sidewalk with the snowblower out. I'm like, oh god. I was worried about this because she hadn't texted me all day about asking how to do it. All I see is it's like in the middle of the like sidewalk. She has an extension cord back to an outlet because it's like
Electric.
the pull cord doesn't work, but the electric starter works.
Okay.
Um, and I'm like, well, I remember the last time when I first started up, it wasn't running great, but after I just let it idle for a while, everything seemed to like once it got a little hot, it started
Yeah.
to it
Yeah.
started to cook. So I was like, I got it started, and everything was fine, and I was able to snowplow an okay amount of our stuff, and then it just like stopped. It like just turned off. I was losing power, engine power, and it turned off. I thought it was out of gas. I put more gas in it. It wasn't that, and then like it just won't like crank over anymore, and it wouldn't turn on.
Oh boy.
So some guy on a flatbed picked it up today, and it's being apparently he's like, oh man, this is like the 10th one this week.
I bet this is
He's
his prime time.
he was like, everyone's snowblower sat for like he's like, I think he told Madeline this. He's like, if it's what everyone else's is, we need to flush it out, clean the carburetor, change the oil,
Yeah,
and like
probably.
and lube a couple things up, maybe replace the spark plug. But he's like, everyone's snowblower is now sat for 2 to 3 years without really using it. He's like, any
Yeah.
snow we've have gotten up till this point wasn't even snowblower snow.
Yeah.
So he's like, I think he basically said, yeah, everyone's snowblower's fucked up because they haven't used them in a couple years, and it probably just needs a few things, and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Um, crazy enough, he's probably right. Like
Yeah.
$45, they
Probably.
come pick it up and deliver it back. Um, and then whatever the service is, depending on what's wrong with it. Would it be easier if I had like a truck and a trailer to just deliver it myself? Yeah, but for
Sure.
$45, I don't really care.
Yeah. Fair. You don't want to spend $12 on a U-Haul and fuck around with that to save $5?
No. Because even if I
Fair.
had a truck, I would need a trailer. Because, like, I'm not lifting that thing up. That fucker's heavy.
Or ramps, and a running snowblower.
Yeah, but it doesn't like moving when it
Yeah.
doesn't start.
Yeah.
The wheel,
Yeah.
surprisingly enough, the wheels fucking suck when they're like,
Not. Yeah.
yeah.
I know.
What I would have to do is pull the pin out so that
Yep.
they're free, and
Uh
then just
huh.
like push it that way.
I
But
have a
then for all
tiller
my
like
luck,
that. I'm very familiar.
but then like what would
And it
happen to
still
me would
doesn't
be
like
like
rolling.
my wheel would fall off and would pop the bead, and I'd fucking like hate my life. Like goddamn, I'd be heading back to the Walmart talking to the guy. Um, yeah, I got to plow a little bit of snow with it. Won't get it for Friday's snow, and then it probably won't ever snow for the rest of the year. So
You want to know what my snowblower was this time?
tractor,
Nope.
leaf blower.
Yep. It
I
was
mean, it
light
was this
enough. It
this
was
one was
cold
powdery
enough.
enough.
Yep.
Yeah,
Exactly.
the earlier snow from like a week ago, that was heavy shit. That was packing heavy snow.
I did not. I don't think I even got anything, or it didn't stick around, so I didn't care.
No, that was snow. That was like when I made you do
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that
that.
didn't stick around. I didn't give a shit.
No, you don't have to, but technically I do.
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't have sidewalks.
I know you don't.
It's
I don't think anyone would truly complain, but technically someone could.
no. Yeah, I
All
know
I'll
what you
tell
mean.
you is my one neighbor across the street. It was the snow squall day where it was like, I don't know if you got any random snow squalls, what they were calling for them.
No.
Um, it was like the middle of a snow squall, and she's like raking leaves out of her lawn because she like hates like in non-manicured things.
Crazy people stay crazy. I don't know what to tell you.
Yep. I don't know. So that was my tire was changed up. Put the chains back on.
Nice.
The chains, I didn't. I ended up the one side I had excess chain. I didn't know what to do with it, so I just zip tied it up because like the tire was a
Fair.
little bit smaller.
That's whatever.
Yeah,
Looks. See if it works.
yeah, I'll
You'll
probably
probably be
break
fine.
it. They were dollar store zip ties. I need to go to work because I got like the thick boy ones.
Uh huh.
Those are the good ones. Um, so leaf blower that work out well?
Well enough. Yeah. You got to be on the right side of the wind, but worked out fine. Did what I wanted it to.
Um,
That's nice.
what'd you do it on?
I leaf blowed a path. Right. I leaf blowed a path over to my grandmother's house and cleaned up some of her like walkway.
Hmm. Okay. Okay.
So yeah.
Now just think. Think of all this drainage that isn't gonna happen from the pipe that hasn't gone down yet.
I am thinking about it. It's fine. That's what they
One of
call
these,
it. Fine.
I don't,
One of these
you
years I'll
know,
put it in. Don't worry about it. It's not your
I
pipe
just
to
find
worry
it
about.
funny.
I got it
If
fine.
this was like a you haven't bought the pipe yet type of situation, I'd say, oh, it's a project on like on the docks. But the fact the
That's
pipe's probably
exactly
just
what it is. It's a project on the docks.
no, you have the pipe. You just need to put
I
it
do
down.
have the pipe. Do in fact have the pipe.
And I know you'd just be happy when it's done because then your driveway won't like run out.
Yeah. It's also just fine. It's a little slow.
If if it was fine, the pipe wouldn't have been purchased.
Okay, sure, but it's fine.
It's fine.
It's an
I'm trying to
expensive
harass
pipe.
to motivate you. I'm trying to
Well,
motivate you.
it's not the right season to harass me to motivate me.
No, but if I keep planting those seeds when springtime comes around,
Fair, maybe it'll get done.
yeah. I don't know what other spring projects you have this year.
Bro,
Probably
there's enough projects to last a lifetime.
probably
So
that log still.
the log just needs to die. That needs to burn.
Maybe if you
Fucking
dump enough
log.
water, maybe you should dump a lot of water. You should go out there with your hose and just saturate that thing for a
What,
freeze
so it's
night.
even fucking heavier?
No,
Oh,
no,
I see what
stop.
you're saying. I got you. I got you. Yeah.
You
Freeze
freeze, so
it.
the water
Uh-huh.
naturally starts fucking up its structure.
Got it.
Then when spring comes around, it's a little bit more rotted.
Mm-hmm.
We can grow some mushrooms on there. Then you can take the mushrooms and put them on a nice steak.
Yeah, you can fuck off with that mushrooms. Hate mushrooms.
You could I don't know what else you do with the mushroom. Make it like a nice umami like broth.
Yeah, I don't know.
Um,
Yeah, me and that rock had a fight, and or not rock, the tree log,
I know you think it's
and
a rock because it
and
won't break apart.
the tree won big time. It was a
I'm just
blowout.
trying, you know, let's saturate it with water and let's let nature do its course. If I've learned anything, nature wins.
Obviously, the log won.
Well, yeah, but like, let's let the other side of nature take care of it. Um, so, what was I gonna say? Um, surprisingly enough, I didn't see that many bad drivers. I thought I was expecting for like the first real snow that laid on the ground. I was really worried with seeing people drive because people haven't done it in a few years. I
Hmm.
was surprised people were actively like seeming like they were taking their time and like I didn't see too many like turnout like not turnouts, but like when they're taking a turn and you definitely saw them like taking
Yeah.
those slips.
Um. So I was driving in it as it was happening, like
Truck or van?
as it started, and I was driving my grandmother's car, so
Oh,
a Honda Civic.
oh heck yeah, you were fucking like lighting that thing out.
So it was very slippy. Um, almost slid into a truck as I turned onto my street, but we made it. It was fine. People were
Now,
driving extremely slow on the road, like too slow.
now, are you gonna try to avoid taking your truck out in the snow because there's no reason it should get salt and like slush on it, or are you
It's already got salt on it.
okay?
I'm not. It's not a garage princess. If I have somewhere to go, I'll go. I'm not that crazy with it.
Mm, yeah,
Come spring, it'll get a car wash with an undercarriage, something probably, and then we're good.
making sure. You never know.
I know. And some people are like that, and if that's you, whatever. It's your vehicle. I don't care. But no,
You know.
I don't mind driving in the snow with it. It's fine.
Um, is the van for? No, is that front wheels?
No,
Rear
rear
wheel?
wheel. Yeah,
So you're doing donuts on that thing?
yeah.
Are you doing donuts on that thing?
No,
Oh,
no,
have you ever done donuts on that thing?
no. I mean, I've slid in it, but
Do
like,
you,
I
do you,
don't intentionally tune in a van. No,
but do you want to do donuts in that?
no, I do not.
Because I kind of want a video of you just like
No, I
whipping out
don't.
some
No, I don't want to.
just in the middle of like a Sam's Club parking lot, just like Bruno whipping out some like massive donuts. Um, so F1 update.
Yeah.
Did
What's
you
up?
see the possible um new name for Red Bull? Not Red Bull's junior team, AlphaTauri.
I did not know. I missed that one.
Well, it seems all but confirmed they are going to be at least partially referred to as the Racing Bulls,
Oh God. Why?
RB.
I get it, but why?
But that's not even the worst part of the name. Um, let me. Oh, here it is. Um, podcast text. So you know, What other team name did we just think was really dumb? Your old former,
Steak?
yeah, the Stake F1, the Stake Sauber F1 team.
Yeah.
Now, hear me out. What if I can create a dumber one than that?
All right, hit me with it.
The Visa Cash App Racing Bulls.
What the fuck, man? Just why is advertising even a thing?
I like the top comment this morning was very like we've entered the stupid era of F1 team names.
We sure have.
So they went from Toro Rosso, which is I think a pretty decent name. Like it
That
sounds
like that's fine. Sure.
to AlphaTauri, which is a clothing brand, but I still don't AT AlphaTauri. I don't find it the worst name.
No, it's
Um,
that's fine.
to the Visa Cash App F Racing Bulls F1 team.
Fuck off with that. We don't need that.
Oh man, that Visa Cash App team next to the
Like
Haas MoneyGram
like
or the
why do we
MoneyGram
have
Haas.
to go why do you have to have three team names in one?
I blame
That's my
McLaren.
problem.
I blame McLaren.
What was their name?
Nothing. They just have a lot of sponsors, so I feel like everyone's like gotten to the sponsor game because they like decided
Yeah,
their whole
probably.
like um. Oh,
Makes sense.
speaking of F1 sponsors, um, here is a breakdown of how many sponsors each team has.
That's a lot of spot. That's not the what the. Why do my monitors always screw up?
I don't know. McLaren has 6 more team partners than Red Bull, the like 2-time back-to-back world champion team. And I'm not saying McLaren isn't a good team. I just find it crazy that
That's a lot of
they
sponsors.
they either have like a very lucrative like sponsor deal for a person just to get the money in, or like I don't know. They're
They
very
also just might have for a different strategy. Like Red Bull, they got the big boys. Yeah, McLaren might just have a ton of shitty little boys.
but it's just so hard for me to believe that a bunch of shitty boys agreed to like one like midfield team.
They don't
And
charge as much, and you still get screen
I
time.
yeah, I it's just
I know what you mean, though. I got you.
like well like it's also crazy to me that like Mercedes and like Williams like they're next to each other. Like Mercedes is down there.
Yeah, but I think it's the same thing of like Mercedes has some big time sponsorships.
Oh, they do. Don't get me wrong. It's just crazy that like they have so little.
Yeah,
They might be big. I just think they like money. I think people like money.
yeah, they do. People do like
Um,
money.
cause like even Ferrari feel I thought they'd be on the low end, but they're like fourth highest because they only feel like
Yeah,
they have like 3 sponsors. Shell. Um,
I'm surprised to see AlphaTauri so low.
we don't talk about it. We don't
Yeah,
talk about the
yeah,
junior team like that. They're not there to make money. They're there just to make little waves.
yeah. I guess so.
Just because Max Verstappen, all of our Max Verstappen's future partners have to go through an AlphaTauri run doesn't mean there's any sort of collusion there. But that's my we're still pretty limited on the F1 news, but like um that's my thing. For you,
Yeah,
there
for
hasn't been
me.
a video in a while, but they were for a stretch for like a week or two they were pushing a bunch of uh uh Lisa
Leah Block.
Leah blocks
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. I saw some of that.
Did you see her 24 questions?
I don't think I did. Maybe I caught clips of something though. I might have
It
to
might
look at
have.
that.
I'll post it in here for you.
Sweet. I'll take a look then.
Because I know
Probably
you.
not now, but later.
No. Uh, what else did I say? Yeah, no more. We only have a couple like more weeks. I think there's only 6 weeks till the season begins, and I think there's 18 days until the season pre-testing starts.
Hmm.
So 2.5 weeks.
It's coming up.
It is. Um, I think a bunch. I think in the next week or so we have a bunch of, or not week or so. In 2 weeks we have all the like car reveals.
Didn't
Oh no, 18 days
McLaren?
is car. Sorry, they changed it on me. The timer is now 18 days until season launch. Then the testing, I think, is still maybe like 20 some days. Sorry, they changed the time. They changed what the timer is now.
It's all good.
So, um, but McLaren dropped their livery and it was ugly.
It's fine. It's a nothing though. Like it's not special.
Now, did you see the white version?
I don't think I did. No.
It was a fan made one, but
All right, now that kind of looks cool.
they were like, what if you just replace the black with white? And I think it looks so much
And you know
more
what?
like
It works. Yeah, that'd be cool.
it's again same livery.
I say livery. The English say livery. Whatever the fuck you want.
But it's
Take
just
your pick.
white. So I think that was the direction. Um, but yeah, that was it. Um, pivoting, pivoting, pivoting to the next thing, cause I'm bringing it up. Barring all of our other complaints about this topic, and keeping focused to like other complaints we have, um, AGDQ is right now, and I know you've been
It is.
having it up.
I have. It's up right now. I'm watching it. The
It
Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time MST run is about to end.
back in person.
It is back in person. Apparently, it's in Pittsburgh.
Oh really?
Apparently,
Oh.
at least
Um,
if it is to be believed.
I don't not believe it. It kind of explains the smaller crowd we've seen at times. I feel like a lot of times it was West Coast.
I think it was Miami a lot of the time.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind then. Well, it's still a more popular city than I think Pittsburgh. Not that Pittsburgh's not popular, but I think it would it'd have the potential to draw a bigger crowd. Um, I will say I think the one of the more generic criticisms we have is that I think their lineup was a pretty bad one for games, distribution of games.
Yeah, it's hard to find a good one, and when they have a good one, it seems like they put it in the shittiest time slot available.
Which is like crazy. I guess they don't. I guess it's maybe one of those things where they worry about every year putting just like the same games on like the same time slots, and then people will be like, "Oh, well, every year the only one I get to watch is Mario Kart 64 because you always put it at like the 8 o'clock time slot." But
Earlier
like,
Dit just wanted the same goddamn popular game stream run or speed run the whole time. Dit wanted none of the shitty games, when some of the shitty games are the best runs there are.
you know what one you might remember this one, but do you remember the one that sticks in my mind that I like? It was so cringy, but it's the one that I'd be like, "Oh man, I want that cringy back." It was I forget the name of the game, but it's some every like couple minutes the like couch guys had the crowd like chanting EDF. I think it was Earth Defense Force.
Oh, I
Oh,
this,
whatever the
yes.
hell you touch, stop touching that.
Sorry. Is it better?
Yeah, Earth Defense Force 5. I just AGDQ 2020. I think it was this one. Or I think they just had like having the crowd chant EDF, EDF.
Yeah, I do remember that.
It was like the perfect mashup of like cringe and like old school. Oh, right here, right here. Copy at current time. Um, I think I reversed it a little too much, but it was right at like the peak thing. Um, but this isn't a game I would classify as good or like. y-
Yeah, but it's fine. Like, it doesn't have to be a good game. If the vibes are right, it can be great.
Yeah, I don't
You
think you
know?
and me be looking on here being like Earth Defense Force 5. Oh my God, it's the best one of the
Yeah,
series.
and that's why I try and get it's the people, it's the crowd, it's a mixture of everything. You know?
Do you do you think they haven't? I feel like they're low on money this year.
It seemed like that to me. Yeah,
I
it
only say that
seemed
because
low.
like still like the Yogscast hit on their like yearly Jingle Jam hit like 1 million people or $1 million in like the
I
first
think they
night.
get a lot of money early though,
They
whereas
do,
this is more of a prolonged thing.
but they still hit $1 million on the first night. Like what is like? How is this one not? I feel like this one should be bigger.
I don't know. I don't know.
Um, but yeah, always a classic this time of year. The the home ones were bad, but now we're back in person, so maybe they'll start getting better again.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
Um, uh, it made me think about it because you brought it up the other day, like the Twitch plays.
Yeah.
I feel like the way Twitch needs to like save itself from itself is it needs to get like more community involved events. Not that,
Yeah, but they kind of have to be natural is the problem, I think.
but you have to just put things out there. If they fail, they fail. But like you're not gonna get anywhere by not doing it.
Fair. Yeah. I'd take
Like
more shit, more fun shit.
as much as I'll like will bitch and complain about Reddit Place, um,
Yeah.
if they weren't doing or not Place, sorry, as much as we'll bash on Reddit for their yearly bad April Fools because they had a good one like Place, the fact that
Hmm.
every year they keep doing something and like even if
Yeah.
they fail, the idea that
Eventually
they
you'll
like
hit.
right. So, now they only do it once a year, so it feels like pretty lackluster of like, oh, we have 1 year to do one thing. But like even if Twitch just does a bunch of shit stuff, if one out of every 10 events they held is like decent enough, you'll either get into a trend where you kind of figure out
Yeah.
what people want, or you'll hit that like jackpot and people will like ride that high until the next one. But like not doing anything doesn't help. So make a shit event until you hit something good. There's enough
I'm with you. I'm in.
there's enough creative people on Twitch that you could like even if you just like reached out to specific like streamers, groups, like eventually one of them would have a good idea.
I'm in. Yeah. Send me.
Yeah, it just made me think like I feel like they don't even try. And that's why I guess games done quick feels like an event or like something special because like feels like just a lot of Twitch goes into one place for a while.
Yeah. That's fair.
Not that 75,000 is a lot anymore because I guess a lot of people hit it. But when it was 75,000 like 5 years ago, that was like a big stream.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think they hit bigger than that. I think they were in the hundred somethings, depending on the game and like
Like how many
when.
100,000 people streams have we seen much anymore?
I feel like not many. Yeah.
And it's just I want an event like there was all the like Fortnite streams people were doing like with the
Yeah.
concerts and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. Give me events. I need community. I don't I fail to see how not YouTube doesn't do it, but like just give me like, or I guess Twitch was doing it. What Twitch plays the not Twitch plays Twitch rivals.
Yeah, but yeah, sure. But you need like to do that. They need to be quick with it though, I think is the problem.
Yeah, I mean, like they were the ones that hosted all those Tarkov events, and they were
Yeah,
fun.
but like you need to hop on the hype train. Like
So like Power World.
I'm the one that comes to mind is like Lethal Company.
Yeah.
Like make a Lethal Company tournament as it's happening. Throw $5,000 to some prizes. You know.
I'm in. Lethal. I said I was sad there was no Lethal Company speed run.
Yeah, I just think it was too early. Like I think they plan these too far in advance for
They do.
that cutting edge.
Hey, the fucking Goose Game was in there. Like after a month, I might have been a bonus game, but I feel like they threw the Goose Game in that first time.
I thought that was pretty far after the Goose Game came out, but I don't know.
I don't know. I just remember watching that game for like 50 times.
Yeah,
Um, the speed run was actually really fun because watching it was like 5 minutes because we didn't have to actually watch the whole goddamn game again.
yeah.
Um, but what was it? Oh wait, is the next one just Super Mario 64?
Sure. If you count, maybe if you count it as being played on the drums, a good run.
Oh shit! Sorry, I didn't realize that was this. It was coming up.
Yeah,
Um,
it's. I think it's either that or Doom. I don't remember.
um,
Like
I don't.
tonight is the night. This is the night.
Okay. Um, well, we probably have some time before it starts next. Um, oh shit! I lost my train of thought. Uh,
Community events.
yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah, drum percent Super Mario 64 is next.
Okay. Probably have a little bit of time before that starts, right?
They just finished the Zelda, so at least
10,
some.
15.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll put us close. Um. Oh, I guess I wanted to pivot into Power World, but I know that's just because it triggers you as a game. It seems like it triggers you.
I can't see how it's allowed. Like, it's
Why
pretty
not?
fucking close to Pokemon, okay?
How like how 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 close do you think you are allowed to get to Pokemon? Like how much? How
Before
copyright do you
Papa
think?
Nintendo says no,
Yeah,
I
like how?
think
I wonder
that's
how
too close. I think they
you
are too close.
you do. I have no idea where to draw the line. Like because it's like, do they own
When
a
I can
genre
look
of
at
like?
their title screen and say, that's this Pokemon, that's that one, this is that one,
Sure.
that's a fucking pile of dirt.
Yeah, but like Pokemon now is like a keychain. That's a Pokemon. So like at some point like they can't copyright the idea of like monsters. But like how close do they have? Because like they can't be too close because like Digimon exists.
Yeah,
Like
but like my problem my problem isn't the philosophy that they're trying to do. That's fine. Make your monster slave game because that's apparently what the direction this one's going is. I don't understand why everybody's so hyped about it. Like, sure, it might be good. It's from the same people that made Craftopia. This is gonna be a shit show at the start.
yeah, but like that's the best games.
Craftopia wasn't a good shit show when it started, though. It was a
It was not.
broken shit show.
Yeah, but like
Maybe they learned. Hopefully.
maybe the maybe I there's something sick to be said about picking up the flame Pokemon and turning him into a napalm like shooting flamethrower.
I think my problem and the reason I'm concerned about like Nintendo being mad about it is I can literally look at them and pick out Pokemon.
Yeah, I
And
get.
that's the line I could care less though. I don't know. I just don't I'm concerned it's going to be actual shit, not funny shit.
Maybe it could be. Oh, come on. That's not. that's it's definitely not like Electrobuzz right there.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, come on. You can't
Like, okay, yeah,
copyright a
one of
cartoon
those
chicken.
is a chicken. That's fine. But like,
Just
if
because
you
the one
gave me
thing
10
looks
minutes, I could get you names for the rest of them.
oh, like
I'm sure you could probably name them right now.
oh, because the one kind of looks like a penguin doesn't mean it's the penguin Pokemon Pimplup. And I'm sure I could find a an upset owl, but like again, like how can Pokemon own like a cute little anime penguin? Like at some point they all look the same.
Yeah,
Think about this. Let me serve you up something. Let me serve you up some like some I don't know what I'm trying to say. Let me present you this. How many anime horses all look the same? They all do, 'cause they're all the same shitty CGI.
fair, but I don't have a problem with the horse. It's the problem of like when you make a horse racing game that you put people in horses and fucked up horses and try and compete with the Japanese show that we watched. And it's like, hey, it's the same thing, but like, hey, instead of racing around a circle, we're going to race around a square.
I wonder if you could copyright an animation style.
I don't know.
Like, what if a company like went real hard and said, "I wanted to copyright Demon Slayer's animation style," but is
Yeah, I don't
art?
know.
I guess art. It probably falls under art, and art's an open thing. But it's like, I
Kind
don't
of.
know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like we avoid all that because it's not an American-based thing. But I think, like, imagine if like anime was an American thing in the sense of like production and stuff. I feel like there would be like some
Some
weird,
people would be pissed. Yeah, I
yeah.
could see it.
Um, it's an interesting thought. Um, I guess I never brought it up to you, but what are your feelings on the hey, One Piece is kind of fucked. We're gonna remake it, but just like cut out a bunch of shit.
I don't know. It's a hard thing. Like, I think it's kind of shitty to the people that are making One Piece because it's still happening. But on the other hand, I think it could bring new viewers in and be a good thing to them in the end. I don't know.
Well, if correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm not even sure if you were right about or you're informed about this. Did you
I
watch
might
the
not be
live
that
action?
informed. No, I did not.
Okay. From what I understood about the live action was it was very much not anime paced, and it brought in a lot
No,
of
I think it
characters that
went
were very
zooming. Yeah.
right. But it was well received
Yeah, I think
despite
so.
that, which is why I thought this kind of was like not became a thing. It was probably a thing in the works before that, but I think the well receivedness of the pay that people weren't upset of the pay like I could easily see them using the show as a gauge of like how could you write off like 10 years worth of episodes in like
Make
a
like a
short amount of
super abridged version,
right, which I don't
which
think
could
this is
get
gonna
people
write.
into the new shit. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
I never got your feelings on it.
Like the pacing is very slow for One Piece. So like if you could catch people up and give them enough information, sure, why not? Right?
I
And the first 206 episodes are in 4:3 and like the really old animation because it's 20 some years old. And I'm not
I
bashing
would
it. I watched it, you know? It was fine. It was good. But it's showing its age, you know?
I at one point I did refind it, but I think the first arc on Netflix was a remastered of the 4-3. So it wasn't
It's not remastered. It's cropped.
no, it was uncropped. They like the first like thing on there is they didn't cut they like redid it so you wasn't cut anything out.
Really?
but just like the
Okay.
first arc.
Because I remember looking into it and I decided that I'm not watching this cropped bullshit. I'm watching the real thing so that I can actually see things. Because it was
it
always
was.
like, hey, it lopped off top and
I
bottom.
think it was an attempt when they were first bringing it onto Netflix to try to like deal with that. So they put the effort into like refixing just like the first section of stuff
Gotcha.
because Netflix has been getting it by arcs, and I don't think overarching. I don't know how the show's arced out, but like if you went on Netflix right now, it's not like it just that's how they label their like things is like I'm guessing they're like mini arcs. Maybe not like full arcs because I know they're big arcs, but like the mini
Yeah.
arcs.
Yeah.
I think they might have tried it for the first one, and I don't think it was worth the effort, so they stopped. But it's like the first like set of episodes I think are cropped right. They like they cropped uncropped, wax on, wax off.
This dude is explaining how to play Super Mario 64 on the drums, and it's crazy.
You
I'm
know
sorry. It's just nuts.
how long is the run?
24 minutes.
24 minutes. Oh shit! Is that like all the stars?
16. 16 star.
That's only like a quarter of the stars. Um. Uh. What was the? Was it Dark? It was Dark Souls was the first guy that did it with drums, right?
I don't know. I just remember people doing things with fucking bananas. Like they touch all kinds of bananas and crazy things happen.
I feel like that's the shit that GDQ needs.
I mean, this is kind of cool.
It is. I just
It's
meant like
different.
the wait, like this is like this is the highlighted. This is the content I think a platform like this should be highlighting. Like the fastest dude to complete 16 stars with drums type like shit. Like it's fun, it's entertaining. You don't see this every day. Um, it's just it's different.
It is.
I think I asked you this other years, but I want to see if if you would change your mind. What would be your speedrun game if you had the mentality for it?
Mine immediately went to Factorio, but that also seems very difficult. Um,
Would you want to be a long format or short format runner?
Medium. I want the ease of records being a pain in the ass to get, but I don't want super long. Like throw
Like,
me between an hour and 2 hours.
okay. See, I'd
Cause
want one of these.
like I don't want a 5 minute one.
Those are annoying because it's just like you have to do like 50 runs a day just to like create content.
And it has to be so perfect.
Yeah. I'd want to hit this like half an hour one.
I think it might be a little short, but yeah, I'm with you.
See, the
Also,
two
how
hour
the
thing,
fuck is this dude moving with drums like this? This is crazy.
it is crazy watching it, but like I think if you were a drummer, it probably makes a lot more sense than it doesn't.
I get what you're saying, but like he's pulling crazy stuff off.
Like I think about it though, like when you and me use a controller, like I don't know, you put a controller in the hands of someone that's never touched a controller,
Yeah.
and they'd be like, what? They'd be like, why are there two joysticks? Why are there like so many buttons? What are these back buttons? And it would feel very foreign. I don't think you're a drummer. I don't know your
No.
history.
No.
Were you a percussionist in middle school band?
Nope.
Like if someone's very comfortable with the position of all the drums and cymbals to the point where like it's all natural if you like oh you hit this it'll
Yeah,
be like
I'm with you. It's just crazy to me. That's all.
it is. I just think I I obviously
Making the link
I've
of, hey, this symbol means this, to and pulling it off to this degree is impressive.
it's impressive. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to talk it down by any means. I just think like it's one of those things where it might be simpler for someone who is comfortable with the situation than it appears from
Oh
like the
yeah.
outside.
Like his movement with the drums is better than mine with a controller. And I played this game.
Yeah, I don't get me wrong. Definitely practiced. He's
Oh,
any
absolutely.
definitely practiced. But I'm just trying to think of like what. Okay, let me put it this way. Um, we played for 5 minutes because of stupid Eric. Construction simulator,
Yeah.
and I was freaking out about the tractor having the most dumbest fucking controls like ever because of all the like.
Yeah.
Now, what if I put you in a situation where like you had to play this game, but like I put you in front of tractor controls? Like I
Yeah.
think it would take some practice to get used to, but like
Sure.
I think you could probably maybe not
I could
maybe
get
you would
somewhere reasonable. Yeah.
you could get somewhere reasonable. And if I put you on GDQ as like Bruno 1-star tractor controls where like we whip up into GDQ with your tractor, like you're whipping like 15 levers and stuff and everyone's like,
Yeah.
how is he doing that? And you'd be like, oh man, this makes sense because this is forward and then like this is turn and like
Fair. Yeah.
it would look very impressive because someone would be like, I have no idea why he's shifting 16. I don't understand why he put into one gear 3 to go forward, but
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
um,
No, I got you.
the impressiveness comes from the foreignness of it all.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to justify anything in my mind.
Yeah.
Like to some degree, I don't understand how like the people that do the Souls games do like Iron Man Souls runs without like.
That's also crazy.
But then to some degree, it's like in their brain they just understand dodging.
Yeah, they do. Or like Isaac. Love Isaac. I can't fucking do it. My brain doesn't work right.
That's the one of the most surprising facts I've ever learned about you.
I can't shoot and dodge. My brain doesn't have the capacity to like work it out. I don't know what
I
it is.
really just I really just can't believe the fact that
I have
of
a
all
ton of
these years
Isaac knowledge.
that you're like one of them like you're one of the you know the most about Isaac of anyone I actually know, and like the only way I'd get a more knowledgeable Isaac person is by watching someone that's put like hours and hours into the game.
Yeah.
But then I'm out here being like, oh man, I don't know how to fucking dodge a tier.
No, I am like I struggle to complete a floor of Isaac. It's that bad. It is
That's great.
atrocious.
That's just such crazy to me. But you know, maybe I don't know. So it's wintertime.
It do be winter. There is snow on the
Um,
ground.
there is no you going snowboarding?
No, probably not.
How many years has it been since you've been snowboarding?
It's been a while. I don't know. Couldn't tell
Madeline,
you.
I ain't doing your rich person sport. It's not
It's
rich. I
gotten
don't.
ridiculous. I looked
When
at
I was
prices the other day because I was like, because I saw some reel I think about like how Vale owns like all of the
everything,
Midwest over
yes,
there. Yeah,
and Canada now. Apparently they're getting into Canada.
yeah.
Um,
Lift tickets are insane. Like even around here, they're crazy.
yeah. Um,
It makes me both wish and I don't like. I wish I was close to a mountain, close enough to warrant a season pass and go to it regularly.
you're not.
Like
I mean, how far are you truly from the Poconos?
for me to go to Blue Mountain, which is the place that I actually enjoyed going, it's like I think like an hour and a half.
I thought you'd be like 45 minutes to an hour.
Let me double check
And
real
that's
quick.
just me not knowing. I don't know. That was just me like guesstimating how far you would be from like the Poconos, which I assume
Um,
was where Blue Mountain is.
Blue Mountain is technically the Poconos, yes. I am an hour and 23 minutes away,
Okay.
according to Google. There is one closer. Um,
Now are they owned by Vail that if you buy a season pass,
I don't think that
it,
it works like that. There's one 50 minutes away, but it's like a third of the vertical.
I feel like
So
there's
it's,
something like that. Over Christmas, I was over Christmas. Um, Madeline's one side of the family. They seem to be into like the snowboard skiing. On like
sure.
a couple branches of it. I thought the way they were talking, they're like they bought a pass. They would buy like a pass and they could go a bunch of places.
I
Like it
think maybe
included a
there is
bunch of
something.
resorts.
Yeah.
Um.
But it's also like fucking expensive.
Oh, don't. Yeah. Yeah. I don't doubt it. I just. It sounded like through the one company that owned a branch of them that like they could go a bunch of places throughout
Yeah.
states. But I might have been wrong about that. But that's what the vibe I was picking up from the conversation.
And it might be that way, but God, it's expensive. We're talking like $300 for a day pass at some of those mountains.
I growing up, I always I didn't joke, but I always like there was two things that like certain people did and two things that other people didn't do, and that was the rich white kids would go skiing or snowboarding and they'd also play lacrosse.
Yeah,
And then
fair,
there'd be the rest of us that would just like
fair.
sled.
I did buy a season pass one year to go
I
snowboarding.
that, I would see it looks fun if you're good at it. I just never did it and
Yeah,
I don't plan on ever to be
I'm like,
good at it.
I'm like, if you went to a mountain, I'd probably be definitely in the top 50% of people.
Yeah.
I'd definitely be upper half. I would probably be rusty, but I would probably pick it up back up real quick. But I was
Now,
pretty good.
but hey, I have a cheaper but easier but fun solution.
Okay, what's that?
Come snow tubing with me, Madeline and I on Saturday. We're going. It's they this year they opened up snow tubing again at the place near me.
Nice. What's the place
Uh,
called?
called Iron Valley. It's Iron Valley Tubing, but it's honestly just it's a golf course whose um it's a golf course whose uh golfing range or driving range is on a hill
Oh,
that
that
in the winter they
they're making that's a great business solution right there. Is what that is.
so I just sent the picture of it. That picture is from the top of the hill. Like so where
Yeah.
that's where you drive off of in the summer
Yeah,
months
that's
and you drive down the hill. And
that's
in the
a
winter,
fantastic business call.
yes. Um
Who's playing golf in the winter? Who's going to the driving range in the dead of winter? No one.
yeah, no one.
Make it a tubing run.
My see all those lights in like the distance?
Yeah. You're
Like where
talking
there's
like
like looks like
top right, like city
yeah.
lights in the back. Yeah.
My place of employment is like
Gotcha.
it's captured upon those lights.
Yeah.
Um
That's cool.
but yeah, Madeline and like, it was tubing was my like oh winter thing, but like low budget.
Yeah.
Not low budget, but like don't need to do it a bunch of times to be good at it, and it's $40 a person, which is a little expensive, but not really.
Yeah. I got you.
Um,
Enjoyable.
it's a big enough hill for an adult. It's like this is a big enough hill that as an adult, you feel if sledding feels fun.
Yeah.
There is
I'm
like a
with you.
kid. Now, the last time we did this, I was like the perfect weight. There, as a small kid, you didn't have the weight and the momentum on
Mm-hmm.
these hills to like really do anything like
Yeah.
Fun in the sense that like when you got to the bottom, the rubber mat stopped you. Or if you like, you see the big dads get on there, they have so much weight on there that when they hit the rubber mats, they stop pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
Last time I did this, I was the perfect amount of weight that I would fucking soar over the rubber mats and into the wall. To the fact that last time they had to put down extra rubber mats because me and a couple of the like guys my age, like my size, were just like flying over them, and I was just fucking whipping into their wall in the background. Like Matt would be like dead stop on the mat, and she'd be like getting up, walking down. She just sees me just like slam into the
Come
wall.
flying by.
Yeah. Um, but I enjoy tubing. It's a we're
It's a fun
definitely
one.
like, yeah, it's definitely adults and their kids, and then like Madeline and I, but you know,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah.
But first, we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna go find a diner, and we're gonna go have a nice diner breakfast. I'm gonna get a big old stack of pancakes,
Sounds like a great time.
maybe a side of Scrabble.
That is an option. A lot of those places.
Um, toast. Um, uh, a couple more minutes. How can I pivot? Okay. If let's pretend Canada was more foreign than it is to the United States.
Oh boy, where is this going? All right.
And you had a friend from Canada come visit you and be like, "Oh, I want to do something American. Like I want to
Oh
eat
boy.
American food."
Yeah.
Um,
I don't even know. What's American
so
food?
right. So I would first in my mind question like what is American food? Like I can go take him to good restaurants, but what am I taking him to a good restaurant for? Like
Yeah, yeah.
is it anything that's going to be an American experience? Is there anything that when they go home they would say, "Oh, I had an American experience." But then it truly hit
Like
me that like
if you were in like Texas or the South where like you could have like a Louisiana style barbecue or a Texas barbecue, that's one thing, sure. But that's not everywhere.
right, and that's like a Texas part. Like that's like going
Exactly.
somewhere. So like how would I give like an American experience? So I like the thing hit me. It was like it would have to be a diner. It would have to be like an American breakfast diner, like a small town. Like that would if
That'd be a
someone
good
wanted a
one. Yeah.
if someone wanted a quintessential American meal, is having to take them to an American breakfast diner where they get pancakes probably bigger than they've ever seen in their lives. They're getting like
Mhm.
they're getting eggs in every greasy configuration they've ever wanted. You know,
Yeah.
sausage. Do you want it straight form or flat form? Like links or
Mhm.
patties? It would just have to be the most quintessential American meal in an American environment that I think you could give to someone. And it's breakfast, which I wouldn't think would do it, but like it's nothing. It would be like this isn't special, but like this is the closest thing to a pure American meal I can give you.
Yeah.
And then you could do diner food for. But it's like you could do like regular dinner diner food, and it would be like, well, this is nothing special, but it's like,
It's that like home style meal kind of thing that would be
and,
pretty all right.
and I could take you around the country, and every like small town in America has a diner.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That they might have different specialties, but they're all basically the same.
Yeah.
Like I think I could get like an open like turkey sandwich with like basically turkey on a piece of white bread with gravy and maybe some like some stovetop on there, like a nice burger, nice chicken sammy.
Yeah, but it's hard to say like, "Oh yeah, this is American food." I know what you're saying, and it's you really got to think about it to be honest with you.
That was just like the closest, most generic, but still like
Mhm.
delicious food.
And I think it comes down to states like I was saying about like Texas barbecue kind of thing. Like some of our states are as big as their countries, and
Oh yeah,
I think that every state has their own kind of thing going on too. So you just got to find what you want, I guess.
there was a good map on Reddit the other day of like broke down barbecue, like the style of barbecues and like it was like something like It was something like this, but not quite. Just kind of like, oh, well, this type of barbecue is talking about. If you're talking about Kansas barbecue, it was like it's this type of meat and this type of sauce.
Yeah, like there's the Kansas City, there's the Memphis, the Carolinas got their own thing going on.
Right, but it's just like, just because you go to, oh, it might have been this one. Yeah, I think it was this one. Uh, it was like a Texas one. You can get any type of probably barbecue in Texas, but like real Texas is like
Sure, Texas has
tomato
their own
based,
style.
tomato with based with beef drippings and chili powder and spice. Like that's you can
Yeah,
get whatever you want in Texas, but that specifically is Texas.
Texas is big on like black pepper too.
Yeah.
Like they'll do a heavy black pepper kind of thing going on.
Whereas like it says like Tennessee barbecue is the specialty is pork ribs.
Yeah,
So
like if you
you
go
can
to
get
Texas, you're getting brisket.
right, and apparently Kentucky is specialty is mutton. So you're not going to get brisket in Kentucky. You get mutton in Kentucky because that's their like specialty
Yeah,
in barbecue.
and like this all pertains to sauce a lot too. Like you'll get a different sauce in every one of these things.
Yeah. But it's just curious how like how specific even like
Yeah,
you can go to a barbecue state. You go to any of these states and they can be referred to as a barbecue state, but really they're just a specific plate of barbecue state. Like,
yeah, they each have their own.
yeah. They're not fighting over the best brisket. They're more or less fighting over what the style of barbecue is like the best, but not like fighting
Yeah,
over the same style. Um, you ever you ever get into the mythical like morning or kitchen stuff on YouTube ever?
nah, I don't think what you're talking about. No,
Where is
I,
this?
I was into Bon Appetit until they killed that.
Yeah. It's called
Um,
Mythical Kitchen. It's the not spin-off, but like Good Mythical Morning
sure.
heavily invested into their like food department because of how much success their food is on their show.
Yeah,
And they have their own channel that does really well. But their one they have the host is like really good. Like they found the perfect guy for the perfect job.
yeah,
Um and he spun up some good entertainment, but he spun up this whole like last meal like um series. And they've gotten some big names on it. And like they started this year off with Gordon Ramsay's last meal, where they like have they it's like an it's Sean Evans hot ones, but with their people eating through their like oh I'm on death row and giving my final meal.
that's a cool
Um,
idea. I like that.
yep, and it interesting like breakdown of like what celebrities like Gordon Ramsay like his on part of his last meal was an In-N-Out burger.
Really,
Yeah, like buffalo wings, an In-N-Out burger, his beef Wellington, and an English breakfast.
none of that's
So
too crazy to me. That's sure.
no, but it was like,
In and Out's a little surprising though. The Wellington, absolutely could see that one. I
yep.
could also see him being so sick of it that he doesn't want it too, though. I could have
It's
seen it
just,
either way.
but I think it's his baby, like,
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
cause like he's the whole reason it became famous. Like, not whole reason it became. He like
If
took it
someone
from
says
like
beef Wellington, you think Gordon Ramsay.
he like brought it into the spotlight. It is like, how could you? It's like, I'm sure he probably hates it, but it's like one of those things where like he believed in it enough to like bring it to the point it is, and like, how could you really hate it?
Yeah.
But I don't know how I got here with that, but this is good a good channel of food stuff to maybe put on your I don't have anything else to watch list because they have some good they've
Yeah,
been hitting some good name celebrities and like Steve-O was on it. Um he was pretty funny.
I feel like that would be a good thing to catch up on.
We got Babs, we got, old Babcock, binging with Babish,
Yeah.
as Brad would like say in a billion different ways. I don't
Oh,
know if you
baby.
remember all those.
I remember some of them. Yeah,
Oh, hey, baby, Benji. Oh man, uh, yeah. Um, damn. Don't know how we got here, but we did.
sure did.
Uh, anything else I have? Um, don't do you anything come to mind?
I don't think so. I think we're pretty good.
Or go till next time?
'Cause that's all we
Because
have.
that's all we have for this week's episode of Thursdays Are the Best Days podcast. Thanks for listening and goodbye.
See you later.